Yo, you ready to?
You ready for a real good conversation?
I am. I am.
Then let's go. Welcome to Real Good Convo with Michael C. and the feisty one, y'all, Miss Shannon, where laughter is the soundtrack, positivity is the script, and good vibe is the guest of honor. Me and Miss Shannon about to go ahead and have a carefree conversation. It's a perfect pick-me-up for the evening. Let's go get them. Let's first start off with the check-in. How are you doing, Miss Shannon? How are you doing, Miss Shannon, on this cold
Yeah.
January evening?
It's silly. Mother Nature can honestly kiss my ass right now. I'm over it. I was in South Carolina last weekend and it was still a little chilly, but there was no snow and there was no ice. But on a personal level, I'm feeling good. Life is good.
I know that's right. That's right. Tell the boys I said what's up. Tell the boys I said what's up.
I will.
Let's get down to it. Since this cold is really getting annoying, it sparked up something in my mind. Pet peeves. Pet peeves. Do you think pet peeves are good or bad?
I think they're necessary. I really do.
I don't look at them being some can, but like it depends on the pet peeve. Some pet peeves are very, very, very weird. You can't
Agreed.
tell me that you haven't like, all right, I'm gonna take you back into like your single days. All right. You're telling me that there wasn't a guy or two had something, a pet peeve of yours that really, really hurt you without
Of,
saying any names.
of course. And I would break up with them because of these small little quirks. And obviously my journey has led me to the most amazing life that I could imagine. But pet peeves are just, I don't know, when you're committed and when you're in something, pet peeves, you mistake a pimple for a dimple sometimes, and you need to, because life is revolving around this little cell of people that you have created a family with. And so having pet peeves and being like very minuscule and very judgmental about them, that I think is unhealthy. But
Yeah, I
I
was just
also
gonna
believe
ask you
having
that.
pet peeves improves the relationship as long as you know how to call someone out appropriately.
But I was gonna ask you that, like, if I see a pet peeve that I have, is that me being a picky person, or is that just me just settling for perfection, which there really is no such thing?
No such thing. No such thing. No, I listen, I have no less than 1,723 pet peeves in my life. Are they all warranted? Not at all. And when they surface in me, it's not a good look, admittedly. So, um, but I also believe that that is a moment for everybody to kind of reflect for a second and be like, wow, I was a real asshole in that moment of my life because of pet peeve number 576. And maybe next time I can behave differently.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied about that. When it comes to those pet peeves, man, I tell you, and I'm telling you right now, there'll be more that we're going to be talking about with pet peeves and all types of stuff when it comes to relationships. That's what this is all about. It's just a real feel good conversation. That's why I'm telling you, this is going to be a real good conversation. And we'll be back right after this.
Let's make this epic.
All right, we're back. We're back on a real good conversation. You already know who it is. It's Michael C., the source of life, over the mic. And I also got the feisty one, y'all. Miss Shannon Reedy. Let's go get him.
I mean, this is kind of like, this gets on someone gets like on a philosophical level, but so pet peeves has such a negative connotation. Like, what's your pet peeve? Oh, well, when people smoke in front of the front door of a restaurant, or when somebody doesn't use their turn signal. But if you think about it from a perspective of looking at pet peeves as it relates to your partner,
Right.
whether marriage, long-term, short-term, isn't those little quirks, those little pet peeves, actually what makes the fabric of those individuals and probably what made you fall in love with that individual? Like, I think that pet peeves really gets a bad rap. I really do think.
I say it does, but then it doesn't, because at the same time, this is what I will say about that. If something annoys me and I tell my wife it annoys me, like let's say while we were dating, and she changed that, that means that I can go ahead and I can adapt to her too. Let's say that. It's not change, it's an adapt. But she might do that around somebody else, but then when she goes around me, I don't like it. So I mean, it's different. Because if you
Yeah.
really like someone or you're really feeling someone and you know that that annoys them, you'll change. You'll change. You'll adapt to them. You'll figure it out.
But like, okay, so my pet peeve, and again, this goes back to not being a great look on me when I react to it. I can't stand when things are done out of principle. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the correct behavior for somebody to put upon me or my friends or my family or even a stranger. I can't stand people who just do things like just to pick, and I call him out about it, and Adam thinks that I'm absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's my pet peeve, and it actually makes him laugh. It doesn't annoy him, it makes him laugh, and God love him for just who he is, but he will always just shake his head at me and tell me that I'm ridiculous and walk away. But that's a pet peeve, right? So again, these pet peeves are, I don't know, I just feel like they're synonymous with just quirky routines and quirky habits.
Right. Quirky habits. That's perfect. That's exactly what a pet peeve is. It's a quirky habit.
It
It's
is.
a quirky habit. And that's what I was trying to teach my students. You know what? Sometimes you can be you have to be weird. You cannot be normal. If
No.
you're normal, there is no way in the world you're
Boring.
gonna survive. So everybody has a pet peeve. Everybody has a quirky habit.
Mhm.
I mean, is your quirky
Everyone.
It depends what your quirky habit is. It could be very weird. It could be minor, minute, whatever.
So then you open up the door to, is it a pet peeve? Is it a quirky habit? Or is it like a crazy fetish? Like, we're really opening
Was
the
it
big
a crazy
on
obsession?
this one.
Right. Is it straight up? Is it a quirky habit, pet peeve, or a crazy obsession? Wow. We just broke down pet peeve.
Did.
We
Give
really
me my
did.
doctorate right now. I am taking reservations to.
There it is. There it is. You can't say anything more with that good old combo. That was a good old quick segment combo right there. And with that being said, we'll be back right after this. Yo, that is awesome. Of course, we have it. Back to a nice, good old good conversation with the feisty one, y'all, Miss Shannon Reedy. You already know, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. We're talking about pet peeves, but we call them quirky habits. And then if you get quirky habits, they can also turn into crazy obsessions. With that being said, with crazy obsessions, let me ask you something. When it comes to I know you're around us guys a lot, and we're always like, oh, look at her ass, look at her butt, or look at this, look at that, look at her tits. Da, 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 da. Do you look at that as, oh, that's so degrading, or oh, that's just men's crazy obsession with boobs, tits, ass, and all like that?
First of all, I don't think it's an obsession.
Okay.
I personally believe that females are magnificent in every realm of life, from behavior, even though crazy and nutty sometimes, to appearance and their aesthetic. I believe that females are the most majestic being and force in this world. And so when
Amen to
y'all
that.
do that,
Amen
I
to
don't
that.
think it's men acting on obsession. I think it's men acting on human behavior. And let's be very clear. I mean, if I see a hot guy, I'm going to respond to it. And I'm not subjecting him to anything negative. I'm just simply pointing out that he's a good fucking looking dude. So
How do
that's,
girls do that? I want to know, how do girls do that? Because like you hear all guys do it. Do girls do it the same way?
I mean, have you seen my husband's ass? It's the cutest little butt in the world. Like, I'm an ass. I like good asses on men, and I married one. You're gonna need to cut this. He is going to be so pissed.
My hands are up on that one.
Listen, we all as humans have this raw instinct, and it is what it is. I don't think it's a pet peeve. It's when you take those comments and you either act upon them in a really disrespectful way, or I don't, many would disagree with me, and with all due respect, I think that, there is a level of I don't know, appreciation. I mean, I would like to walk by a group and they'd be like, holy moly, she's fine.
Oh yeah, I think every
I
guy and every girl would love to have that.
Right. I wouldn't take offense to that. It's the catcalling and the disrespect that comes with that fascination based on looks. That's where you got, just be kind. Like, men, let's think about this. Would you really want somebody on the streets to be doing that to your sister or to your mom? So,
Right.
I
All
mean,
right, you got me. I'm not that guy, but I mean, might have had a couple times I was down in Panama City, Florida, doing some catcalling, talking about drop that zero. Like I was that guy, it is what it is, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not that guy anymore. You already know, my love. I'm not that guy anymore. Got anything else?
I want to ask you, what do you think? And if this is too much on a personal level, but we're talking about pet peeves that, we might have with our spouse, or dealing with them based on what our spouse does.
Mhm.
What would, if Noelle was in this camera right now, what would Noelle say annoys the shit out of her about you? What is her pet peeve with you? Radio silence. He
What
says
is it?
nothing.
My forgetfulness sometimes.
Mm,
Like
that's a good one.
just little things of like, I got to the point that I'll just ask her like, yo, what are we doing this weekend?
I totally forgot.
I like, so like, why like slip on, like, I totally forgot, when I can just say, what we got this weekend? And then she just spurts it off what we got. All right, cool. It's in the memory bank. I'm good to go. Let's go vice versa. What about you?
Um,
Wow.
I think his pet peeve with me is that I never stop. I do not sit. I feel like sitting down rots your bones and your muscles. I am constantly in movement. I'm either cleaning, or I'm organizing, or I'm doing something. And he can't stand that. It makes him nervous. He hates when I'm constantly just like flipping around the house, doing everything. What did Cooper say I do? God, Cooper said that I over fuddle. I gotta get him in here. I gotta get the exact term
Well,
so you can get
what
it right.
what we're gonna do next time,
It was
very easy
hilarious.
and simple. I'm gonna come up with my answer for what she thinks is her biggest pet peeve with me. You bring him on, and he will tell us what his biggest pet peeve is with you. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Real Good Conversations with Michael C. and Miss Shannon Reedy. Where smiles are contagious, joy is our sign off. Until next time, keep the good vibes flowing, and remember, laughter is the best playlist for life journey. Remember, be good to yourself, and also
Be kind, always.
Let's make this epic.